Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I am finally filming my $1,000 Sephora fantasy cart tag video. I don't know if it's a tag or not, but Emily Noel originally did this, and I will have her channel as well as a bunch of my YouTube friends here who have done this video linked in my description box. So you guys will have to go and check out their channels if you have not already. I am super excited to jump into this. I have many items on my Sephora wish list, and so it was not that hard for me to pick things to put on this, or to put in my fantasy shopping cart. I have them kind of all here, and we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna talk about why I would like to have each one. Some of these are eyeshadow. Okay, a lot of these are eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna be real with you. That is my love when it comes to makeup. So I did pick a lot of them. Oh look, purchase what's in your basket and reach Rouge, our top level membership. Yes, if I spent $1,000, it would be that. So I will place a picture. I'm trying to make sure that there's enough room to do that in my stuff so you guys can see me talking while I post the picture. I will post the picture as well as the price of the item. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. I am so excited. Okay, so the first item I have here is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. This is $56. I am somebody who has a hard time spending my $36 on my Fenty foundation that I absolutely love. So right now I have two foundation loves, Fenty and the Juvia's Place foundation. I absolutely love both of them. Just gonna put that in there. But I've always wanted to try this foundation. This foundation has kind of sat in my wish list or moved to my loves list, whatever they want to call it. It's a wish list. And it's just kind of sat there. I want to try more high-end foundations. It's not something that I normally spend a ton of money on, and I want to kind of get into trying more of them. So that is one reason this one's on this list. I also like the finish. So it's a highly concentrated liquid foundation designed to deliver instant full coverage with just half a pump. No primer needed. Half a pump. I want to put it to the test. That's really what I want to do. I want to put that foundation to the test and see if a half a pump is going to really give me a full coverage look. I also want to know if it's going to be the cakey full coverage or if it's going to be smooth and seamless. Because when I use my Juvia's Place and my Fenty, they're full coverage without making me look like a cake face in real life. Then we have a palette that I have had in my loves list for a while. Well, it's not the longest one in the loves list, but the Violet Voss Sugar Crystals palette. Every time I look at this, that top row is just beautiful. It's a rainbow. I am definitely attracted to rainbow palettes, a lot. This is an 18 pans of high pigmented, vibrant, gorgeous duochromes and eye-catching transitions and topper shades. I want to get more into duochromes. I have a few duochromes, but I don't have a ton. And this just kind of attracted me for that. I also like to play with topper shades lately. It's not something that I always do, but sometimes I'm like, ooh, what would this look like on top of this? Or, ooh, if I paired this together, sometimes I'll swatch it on my hand and then put a topper over it and be like, ooh, I should wear that on my eye, and I never do. But I was hoping that this would kind of get me into that. I really do like it. It's a $42 eyeshadow palette, but $42 in 18 shades. I think that, by the way, I wish in the cart they would put it by brand. I wonder if there's a way to do that or something, because I'm going to be jumping all over the place in this video, and I am so sorry. It's just the way it is listed, and yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get into a Pat McGrath Labs palette. I am not somebody who is very drawn to everything Pat McGrath releases. I love Pat McGrath lipsticks. I have the mini little, here, I'll show you. I have these mini little Pat McGrath shadows, and it kind of makes me wonder if these are true to Pat McGrath quality or not, because I don't have a Pat McGrath palette to compare it to. I can't really say that. But Anyway, I digress. We're gonna talk about this Pat McGrath palette. This is the Mothership Artistry palette, the Divine Rose 2 collection. For one, the packaging is absolutely gorgeous, but that duochrome shade, oh my gosh. I want that on my eye. Like, my eye goes right to that shade. It just looks absolutely beautiful. And this palette is $125. And if I am going to go into a fantasy cart, you better bet your butt that there are going to be some high-end luxury makeup, because I don't get to play with that all the time. I want to, but I don't. But that is definitely one that I want. And then one that I think will surprise a lot of people, this next one is the Urban Decay Naked Honey eyeshadow palette. And this is a $49 palette. I saw this in person the other day. I went to Ulta? Yeah, I went to Ulta, which is weird. But I actually went into store at Ulta and was just kind of looking at things and saw it in person. I was like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful, because I hadn't seen it in person until then. And it is an absolutely gorgeous palette. And if I were going to buy a palette right now, it might be that one. And I was kind of surprised because I haven't really been drawn to Urban Decay. And part of me is like, is it only because you're looking at the pictures and it's really not what they look like? So it kind of makes me curious again. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But no, I really, really do want that palette. Then we have a palette that I have wanted since it came out. And then my friend Raven got it and it's made me want it even more. The Natasha Denona Gold Eyeshadow Palette for $129. Oh my gosh, is this palette gorgeous. Some of the looks that some people have created with this palette are just mesmerizing. I absolutely love this palette and would like, I'm probably going to purchase it at some point. Maybe I'll put it on a Christmas wish list and see if anyone goes to get me a $129 eyeshadow palette. But it is absolutely gorgeous and I want it so, so bad. I'm gonna try and get it this year. I can't not say that, but it is a beautiful palette and I want it in my eyeshadow palette collection. So, so bad. It needs to be on the shelf back here, you guys. Then we have the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Storm palette. And I wanted to try more from Dominique Cosmetics, but nothing really grabbed my eye until this palette. And I have the Celestial Thunder palette and I would still get this for the full enchilada here. This palette retails for $44. It is a 12 shade palette that ranges from vibrant pops of color to everyday tones. And I mean, those pinks and that orange, oh, or those oranges, it just, I want to play with the whole thing. I love the Celestial Thunder palette that I have, but I want the Storm. I want the full thing. If you're gonna tease me with Thunder, give me the whole Storm. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I really want to try a Dominique Cosmetics. Then we have the KVD Vegan Beauty True Portrait Medium Coverage Shake Foundation. This retails for $37 and it comes in 40 shades, I believe. It's a lightweight medium coverage liquid to powder foundation that sets to a long wear, airy matte finish and won't clog pores. I want to try this because it's medium coverage and I am somebody who will wear a full coverage foundation, but in my everyday life I like to tone it down a little bit. I will wear concealer just in places that I need it versus full foundation, and a medium coverage really attracts me. And since Kat Von D is no longer with KVD Beauty, I feel like I can purchase and use that brand stuff without feeling guilty or like, oh, I don't want to support a horrible human being. So yeah, this is something that I would definitely want to try out. I'm going to remind you again, this jumps around a lot. Then we have the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose collection. This is the number 7 palette and it's, I think, the first Divine Rose, whereas the other one's the second. I want this one also. And it's for that top right corner shade mostly, but also those mauve mattes look beautiful. Like this really draws me in, and I'm noticing that I'm becoming more and more a fan of like romantic looks, and this is a very romantic palette in my mind. And yes, I'm saying that with a full face of crazy blue makeup here, but I am getting more and more into more subtle looks, and I think figuring out my wedding makeup kind of did that for me. Anyway, this palette retails for $125. And then because this is a favorite of mine, I added this to the cart. It's the IT Cosmetics Superhero Elastic Stretching, Volumizing, and Lengthening Mascara for $25. I absolutely love this mascara, and I have one, and I'm like debating whether I'm going to open it after I'm done with the Tarte Big Ego mascara that I'm using. I'm not sure because I just want to hold on to it forever, but I also know that I need to use it. I just don't want to have to go and buy another one, you guys. Then I have another foundation here. This is the Kat Von D Vegan Beauty Lock-It Foundation. I have always wanted to try this foundation, and it has 72 shades, or no, it lies. It has 36 shades because some of them are mini size as I scroll down. A full coverage liquid foundation that delivers extreme perfection in all day wear with just a droplet. It's full coverage, matte finish, and it's liquid. I've wanted to try this for a very long time. I think I got a sample of it and I liked how it looked, but at the time I wasn't really taking care of my skin, so I don't think it would have sat well with how dry my skin was. Now my skin leads more normal to dry, so I can kind of get away with more matte foundation, especially if I wear a hydrating primer under it. So yeah, this is one that I want, and it retails for $37. Another foundation I have always wanted to try is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is, it retails for $43, and there are 56 shades? That does not seem right. Maybe it is 56 shades. Anyway, sorry. A 24-hour liquid foundation with a flawless natural matte finish that unifies uneven skin tone and covers imperfections with beautiful buildable coverage. When I started watching YouTube, this foundation was so popular, you guys, and it has made me want it in my collection for a very long time. I've just never really gone for it to go and get it, because when I go into Sephora, my first inclination is eyeshadow palettes over foundation every single time. And I've even I should go in and get some samples of these, and I might do that. But yeah, I really want to try it, and it is because of the past hype of this foundation, and I really think that I want to give it a go. So we'll see if I do that in the near future. Then we have the Natasha Denona Mini Gold Eyeshadow Palette for $25. This is gorgeous, and if I got the big gold palette and this one, I would be covered and set for golds and greens for a long time. I just look at that like olive tone green gold shimmer. Oh my gosh, I want that all over my lid. It's so beautiful, you guys. It's beautiful. And then that gold shimmer, and the green, I need that in my life. I would probably wear it every single day, and people would be tired of seeing me wear the same thing, and I'd probably lose all my subscribers, but you know, it's gorgeous. Then we have the Natasha Denona Bloom Cheek Palette. These are so pretty. It retails for $55, and I believe, I'm trying to click on it, sorry. It's an ultimate glow palette inspired by Natasha Denona's best-selling Diamond and Blush palette, featuring some of her best-selling shades and formulas. And I was looking at these shades and I was like, I would wear them, especially that peachy one in the corner and just that like deeper kind of plummy blush shade. It's just beautiful, and I want it. I want it. Then I have the Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse Cleansing Oil for $45. I've always wanted to try some Dermalogica's products, and lately I have been really into cleansing oils. I do a whole double cleanse thing every night. It's even when I don't wear makeup, because of me wearing foundation. I need a way to get it off of my face. But I've wanted to try this, and I've seen some good reviews, and so it's kind of made me want to. There's some other Dermalogica products I want to try, but I would try this one first. And I don't know if I said it, but it retails for $45. Okay, there's a theme to my basket, and I'm sorry if it offends people that I really want these expensive eyeshadow palettes, but if I had $1,000 to spend on money, I would get all of these. This is the Natasha Denona Metropolis eyeshadow palette, retailing for $129. It's just so, I know some people look at it and see it as chaotic, but I don't know why, but I thrive off of palettes that seem chaotic. I'm like, oh, well, I could do that shade, that shade, that shade. You know, I kind of go all over the place anyway when I do my makeup, and I don't always show that on camera, but like me, every day I have like 5 eyeshadow palettes in front of me. It gets crazy. So a palette like this doesn't really shock me, but I am more drawn to the shimmer shades in this palette than the rest of them. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And it's 28 shades for $129, which that's still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money, but it's so pretty, and I could see myself using it, especially since there are days where I go more neutral leaning. And then we have a favorite product of mine that I put in the cart. It's the Boscia Charcoal Pore Pudding Intensive Wash Off Treatment. I freaking love this. I love it. It retails for $38, and it's just, I love it. I got a sample of it when I was doing Birchbox way back when, and it worked so well for my skin, like so well. My skin responded to it happily. It helped kind of clear up some areas. I don't know, my skin was just so happy with it, and I haven't repurchased it since having that little sample that I got in Birchbox, and I really wish I would. I might at some point purchase it, but I don't know. I don't know. So that was all 16 items in my cart, and I have to be honest, I went over my $1,000. I went over it by $4, but you know what? It's a fantasy cart. And if I had $1,000 to spend on makeup, I probably would be like, oh, what's $4 more? But you know, So I did go over my budget for the $1,000, but I'm okay with it. I don't care. I want all of those products. I would so do that, and that's not including tax. So you know, by then it is way over the $1,000 anyway. Well, would you guys purchase any of these items in your Sephora fantasy cart? Do you guys want to see me do more videos of this? I've seen some people do it with indie brands, and I thought that was a really cool idea. I thought about doing it with Ulta, but doing more drugstore items, so it'd be probably a ridiculously long video, or doing it brand by brand or something like that. I just think it would be a lot of fun. If you guys would like to see more videos like this one, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!